So the first thing I want to consider is concealed anger. When it comes to a lot of fathers, a lot of us are carrying concealed anger. Anger is not the worst thing in the world. There are things you should be angry about, but when anger is not dealt with, or when anger is concealed, it becomes explosive, it can become detrimental to everyone that's around you. A wife once said to me that when you have concealed anger, it's like having a beast that's locked up, but you're not actually killing the beast. It's just locked up. You think you're dealing with it, but you're not dealing with it. You've just locked it up, and then all it takes is for something to unleash that cage, and then anger is birthed. There's a saying that I heard many years ago, is that one moment of anger can lead to 1,000 nights of sorrow. Yeah? Okay. Wrong mentality. So when it comes to toxic masculinity, a lot of us, it's about a wrong mentality. So we've been taught that as fathers, we have to display a certain type of behavior to discipline our children. I must smack you, I must give you the rod, I must do this, I must do that. But a lot of these are wrong teachers, they're wrong mentalities. Growing up, I remember my mum would give me the beats a lot, yeah? And she would go into things that at the time seemed normal, but later on I realized it was excessive. So the wooden spoon, the bamboo stick, the TV wire, yeah? This is excessive, these are excessive beatings, but because of the way we was raised, it creates a wrong mentality in our minds, and we begin to portray that in our journey of fatherhood as well. You look at my dad's laughing at me. Okay, another thing is cultural beliefs. So when I was growing up, I used to get really annoyed with the way that my mom used to kind of treat me with the constant beatings, and even my dad, my stepdad. But when I got older and wisdom began to evolve in my mind, I realized that a lot of it had to do with culture. So when it comes to the mistakes of maybe our fathers or the generation before our fathers, it's their culture. They came from a different place where, you know what, this is their life. You'll get beat at home, you'll get beat at school. So when you've got someone who's going through that type of constant discipline, now they've come to a Western world. They've had children here, they've got westernized children. They're trying to enforce cultural beliefs from back home on their westernized children, and then you end up with another problem. So a lot of it is down to cultural beliefs. So that's where a lot of the disconnect has come from. Another issue, as you know, is child abuse. So there's some fathers who actually get a kick out of punishing their children. One of the biggest issues in this world, as you know, is child abuse, child neglect, and it's really had a detrimental effect in our community. I know this is a very tough topic to talk about, but we have to talk about it. Child abuse is on the increase all the time, and as you know, that many fathers have even gone to the extent of even killing children because of toxic masculinity. Another big issue that we have is degradation and belittlement. So when you think about degradation and belittlement, so things like grow up, be a man, I'm the man in the house, do what I say, all of these things is degradation. And many times, even I myself have fallen into it. I remember when my son, in the beginning days, in the first couple of years, I'd be like, you need to grow up, you're being silly. And I remember one time, he started to cry in such a vivid way. And in my mind, I'm thinking, why is he crying like that? But it's because of the word that I said, just one word, you're being silly. And for him, that got to him so much, because in the mind of a child, this degradation is belittlement. And I know you guys, I can see your face, it's a tough thing we're talking about, but it's just something that we fall into a lot through the frustrations of life. We're working hard, we're tired, we're stressed out, so we get snappy at home. Your child is doing stuff, messing up the house, you're snapping. All of these things is toxic masculinity. Being dismissive. So there's a lot of fathers, another toxic trait is not always about displaying anger, but in some cases it's actually being dismissive. So your child is trying to get your attention, you're being dismissive. You're more concerned with going to work, you're more concerned with pursuing money, pursuing your career, being dismissive. Your child wants your attention. One of the things that I've learned over the years is that when your child, for example, does like work at home or does like a drawing, they'll come and show it to you. And in that moment, they want your validation. They want you to give them approval. But we are so busy. Move to the side. Now I've got something to do. Now I've got work to do. Now I've got to write. This is toxic behavior. Because in the eyes of your child, they want your attention. They need your validation. Do you understand what I'm saying? And last but not least in this section is being emotionally unavailable. You know, for a lot of fathers, we fall into that. We think that, you know what, we just have to shut out. All I've got to do is pay the bills, and you guys just shush your mouth. And that's it. But it's not, you're being emotionally unavailable, like, it's toxic. Because your child needs to connect with you emotionally. Darius, you're going to find this out as you get older. Yeah? Your child needs to connect with you emotionally. You're shutting them away. Oh, you're tired. Oh, you ain't got time. You want to go out with your friends and go and have a drink and this and that, but you're emotionally unavailable. I remember one time I was speaking to one brother, I don't know if it was you or to someone, and then the guy told me that his dad has never told him that he's loved him. Yeah, it's you, yeah. Or his dad has never given him a hug. So there's some fathers, they're so disconnected emotionally, they can't even give their child a hug, can't even give their child a kiss. They see it as being feminine or not masculine enough. You're being emotionally unavailable.